Hello everyone, and welcome. My name is Nate Pietrini, and I'm proud to serve as the Executive Director of High Jump. For over 30 years, High Jump has changed the lives of more than 2,500 middle school students in Chicago. And every spring, we come together as a community of supporters in order to help the next generation of scholars thrive. During this program, you'll hear from current middle school students, a high school alumni, teacher's assistant, and career-aged alumni. And their personal stories will show us the power of High Jump to provide opportunity, spur growth, and set students up for a lifetime of success. As they share their stories, to honor this critical work, we encourage you to help even more students in Chicago thrive with High Jump. Text to donate information will be available on screen throughout this celebration, and every donation will help us provide the experiences you'll hear about in this video today. Now, for those less familiar with High Jump, let's kick things off with a short video about why High Jump is essential to helping Chicago's youth achieve their academic potential. High Jump is a 2-year tuition-free academic enrichment program for middle school students in Chicago who are of limited economic means. When they come to us, they're getting academic courses, they're getting social emotional learning experiences, and then they're getting support for a successful transition to high school. And that's why High Jump was founded, to ensure that those types of students have enriching and supportive academic activities that have the potential to get them into the right school and change their lives. This age, the age span of 10 to 15, is actually one of the best opportunities to cognitively invest in children, is that you have the ability actually to inspire them to do something that will stick with them for the rest of their life. So this is the right time. Nationally, only 14% of low-income students go on to complete college with a bachelor's degree. But High Jump students complete at a rate of 79%, which is why it's so important to invest early and support students as they transition all the way to and through college. We know that their self-confidence grows, we know that their leadership development and leadership skills grow, and we know that we're giving them access to high-quality high schools. We want nothing but the best for our students, and we see our students' eyes open when they think about the fact that they can go anywhere and they deserve to be anywhere. And we help them dream and dream big when it comes to high school. At High Jump, we set our students up for success, and we have the outcomes to prove it. For every 1 year in High Jump, a student makes 2 years of academic growth. 2 years. And those learning gains ensure that students thrive in high school, putting them on the path to college completion. Do you know what the national average is of college graduation for academically strong, low-income students? So students eligible for, but without access to our program? It's 41%. Now, how about academically strong, high-income students? Students with access to amazing resources. How many of them graduate college? 74%. Now, here's the kicker. How about High Jump students? How many of them graduate college? 87%. That's more than twice that of their peers who don't have access to our program, and 13% higher than students who are not only academically strong, but have access to amazing resources throughout their lives. That is how effective our program is. And college completion is important because research shows that finishing college means a vastly greater chance of higher wages in the future. High Jump students will earn more. They'll lead healthier and longer lives. They'll participate in elections, volunteer in their communities, and pass along all they've learned and experienced to their children and grandchildren. High Jump does not just improve their grades in middle school. The program changes a student's entire life. That's the power of High Jump. And we do that for hundreds of students each year. And this is where you come in. If we know this works, then it is incumbent upon us to serve every interested and eligible student in the city of Chicago and help them on their path to high school, college, and beyond. To reach more students, we need you to join us in believing that every student has the right to access a program that will help them thrive in school and for the rest of their lives. With your contribution, we will work tirelessly to reach every student we possibly can. Every year, we produce a video that encapsulates our students' experiences so that we can share that with you. This year is special. We are fortunate to connect with two incredible filmmakers, Alexis and Jonathan Lopez, and they're both high jump alumni, and their personal experiences have helped bring this video to life.
Thanks, Nate. Hi, my name is Alexis Lopez.
And I'm Jonathan Lopez. In case you can't tell, we're brothers, filmmakers and high jump alumni.
You may wonder, how did an academic enrichment program produce two filmmakers?
The truth is, high jump provided us with a welcoming environment that allowed us to find our voices, as well as gain important life skills that now help us capture honest images, experience new spaces, and share diverse cultures behind the lens.
In a short moment, you'll witness how three individuals are impacted by high jump, not only academically, but emotionally and socially.
We would like to thank the high jump team for allowing us to share the stories of these three students.
Working on this project was really special and personal to us, as we reminisced on our time at high jump and were reminded how much those 2 years established our pursuit of the arts.
Thank you, and enjoy the video.
One night I got like a letter from the mail. I was excited to open it because it was for me.
They talked about how it was an enrichment program, and I was super excited.
When I first heard about high jump, my mom just like threw it on me. She was like, you do more work, it helps you prepare for high school. And after my interview, I was like, hold on, this actually might be a great opportunity for me.
In my family, school is really big to us because in Mexico, my grandparents couldn't really go to school.
I was running all over the house. I thought it would be a good opportunity that I might not get in the future. My name's Ayan, cohort 33.
My name's Alexander. I'm in cohort 33, and I'm in 7th grade.
My name is Trinity. I'm currently a junior at George Westinghouse College Prep, and I'm from cohort 29. I'm a high jump alumni and currently a TA for learners and leaders.
Over the pandemic, I felt like really lonely.
But that's not the case with high jump. Being able to communicate with other people around my age, that just helped me become more like open.
The responsibilities of a TA as just lightening up the mood, like seeing like when they come into my class, they're happy, they're positive, and then seeing that like when they come in here, they can confide in me and they can talk to me and they can tell me what's going on at home.
High jump prepared me for like 7th grade. What we did was very similar to what we're doing right now.
Over the summer, I learned about solving for the X, and we're learning it at our school now. So I've really benefited from what I learned at high jump. Since I'm not the best at math, the TAs and the math teacher, they will talk to you like personally and actually help you.
I would say it prepared me for high school by taking the time to have like those one-on-one meetings with me. High jump really made me like pay attention to detail and make me search up things in my own time, and that helped me like engage or like help another student learn more about it.
We had a quiz at my home school. I was like really struggling with that topic, and I was just like, okay, you have to study, you have to do homework right now. And I got a 104 on the test. That just made me think that I could do anything if I actually put my mind to it.
Before I came to high jump, I did not know what I wanted to be. Over the summer program, we did like a Who Are You project. And that kind of helped me knowing what I wanted to do and what I wanted to be. When I grow up, I want to be a therapist.
I want to be an architect or an interior designer. That way, I could maybe one day build houses, even build a house or design a house for my family.
I think at the end of like my whole high jump experience, I was like, I want to be a TA because it just seemed like such a fun experience. That's kind of what inspired me to be a teacher, like being able to work with students and teach them and help them out.
At high jump, the community it's really positive, to be honest. Plus just getting to meet like brand new students. So that's a reason I would want to be a TA.
There's not really words to describe how thankful I am and how much that could help me in the future.
Opportunities I wouldn't have if I didn't come to high jump is knowing who I am and more as a person.
During my time in high jump, I felt like I could most be myself. It was a very positive and uplifting community, and that's something I really needed as a child. High jump is
fun,
inclusive,
community.
I love this video. 16 years ago, when I was an 8th grader waiting on my high school acceptance letters, I wasn't sure where life would take me. But I felt like my community had placed an invaluable amount of confidence in me to succeed. And to me, that was incredibly reassuring. It was the first time I felt like I had a social safety net of my own since immigrating to the US as a child. I was a Scholar of Tomorrow then, and that is why I feel it's important for us to support the Scholars of Tomorrow today. My name is Delara Acandes Lesser. I'm a high jump alumna, a dedicated volunteer, and a proud member of the High Jump Young Professionals Board. These students' personal stories shows us the power of high jump to help young scholars thrive. Teachers like Trinity, therapists like Ayan, and architects like Alexander. My time at High Jump helped me to find my voice as a young immigrant woman and led me to attend the prestigious Latin School of Chicago. I eventually found my way to the best 4 years of my life while attending Carleton College with other High Jump alumni from my cohort. I remember learning about entrepreneurship and the stock market while I was at High Jump. And sure enough, I eventually earned my master's in finance from Georgetown this past year. Today, I'm a successful business consultant, focusing on people-related matters and mergers and acquisitions at West Monroe in Chicago. But I didn't get to be who I am today on my own. They say it takes a village. I like to say it takes 2 rigorous high jump summer sessions. High jump is a thriving testament that every little bit of investment we make in our communities and the Scholars of Tomorrow compounds exponentially as time goes by. As an alumna, it brings me so much joy to encourage others to support a program that changed my life and the lives of more than 2,500 other students in Chicago. Please join me in fostering more opportunities to empower the Scholars of Tomorrow.
Thanks, Delara, for sharing your story with our community of supporters. It's so encouraging to hear how inspiring this program has been for you. And next up is our keynote speaker, Heidi Ortelaza Alvear. Heidi's an alumna, a dedicated High Jump board member, and someone who paved the way for getting the southwest side of the city vaccinated.
Hello, my name is Heidi Ortelaza Alvear, and I'm a High Jump alumna and proud High Jump board member. I graduated from High Jump in the year 2000, and now, more than 2 decades later, it's clear to me that High Jump has been with me every step of the way. Before High Jump, I knew I was capable, but I'd yet to truly discover that my voice mattered. At High Jump, I found a community of people that affirmed me. Each class was designed with intention. Each field trip broadened our perspective. Each challenge invited us to reach higher. And my peers, they helped me feel known. After completing High Jump, I became a Daniel Murphy Scholar and attended a boarding school in Pebble Beach, California. I later went on to Carleton College, where I studied psychology. And finally, and perhaps predictably, since I was once a middle school kid who gave up summers and weekends to do more school voluntarily, I completed 2 master's degrees at the University of Chicago in social work and public policy. In social work, you learn a thing or two about holding space, about showing up in people's hardest moments and helping them trust that they can and will make it to the other side, even if today just seems impossible. You learn about the transformational power of relationships. The last 2 years have been hard. So many of us have grieved, have known loss. Perhaps relationships have been strained. We've struggled to find community. Maybe we've also taken a long, hard look at racial and health inequity in this country. In October of 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, I started my current role as Vice President of Strategy and Business Development at Esperanza Health Centers, a community health center on Chicago's southwest side. Esperanza provides comprehensive, high-quality primary and behavioral health care to anyone, regardless of their ability to pay. At the height of the pandemic, COVID heat maps showed Chicago's southwest side in red, an area that saw some of the highest COVID-19 case rates and deaths in our entire state. Our families also faced hunger, unemployment, and rental evictions. These disparities aren't unfamiliar to high jump. Many high jump students come from Chicago's Southwest side. At Esperanza, we've mourned, but we've also conducted more than 60,000 COVID tests. We've provided more than 150,000 COVID vaccines and counting. We've distributed food, diapers, and masks. We helped to secure rental assistance. We locked arms with partners like the Southwest Organizing Project, the Gage Park Latinx Council, and Latinos Progresando, to name a few, and we made way for healing. Like Esperanza, which means hope in Spanish, high jump has always been and continues to be a lifeline for Chicago middle schoolers. High jump distributed monthly grocery gift cards to families and delivered more than 15,000 meals. High jump also purchased 150 computers for students and provided Wi-Fi hotspots for families. Before COVID and beyond COVID, high jump shows up. While I studied social work, I began not just to feel, but also to understand the power of relationships, the power of community. High jump, this community, the teachers, my classmates, the leaders, all of you that make this community possible, helped me trust in my tomorrow. High jump held space for me. High jump students find a place of belonging. They build relationships with peers and adults who show up every day to fight for their future. And it's in those thin spaces of being stretched beyond what you think you're capable of, in those moments of feeling known, that high jump students learn to thrive at all odds. They begin to understand the power of community, and they too go on to make a difference. High jump me dio esperanza. High jump gave me hope. And today, I have the privilege to pay it forward. Today, we have the privilege to pay it forward.
What an inspiring story. Our alumni often tell us that high jump is more than an academic enrichment program. They talk about community and long-lasting friendships, extended support and networking opportunities, and giving back as they move forward. High Jump's annual Alumni Award is presented to an alumni with exemplary academic and career achievements, strong civic engagement, and commitment and service to high jump. It's my honor to present this year's award to Nick Shields. Nick embodies all these traits, and we're proud to have him as a member of High Jump's board of directors. Today, Nick is an award-winning communications professional, serving as Director of Communications and Public Affairs for offices under Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle. In that role, he created and launched Project Rainbow, a televised education program to support students during the pandemic. Nick helped lead Cook County's response to the COVID pandemic, including launching all countywide vaccination sites. Please join me in congratulating Nick Shields for receiving the High Jump Alumni Award. Three years ago, High Jump was able to serve 180 students in each new cohort across our 3 campuses. This summer, that number will be 285 students, thanks to a new program we launched called Community Scholars, which allows us to take our campus-based program and bring it to the community, removing access barriers and serving more students within more communities. If you were a student who couldn't join High Jump because your schedule didn't allow for Saturdays, or you didn't trust an organization you'd never heard of, or you couldn't regularly commute to one of our campuses from your neighborhood, well, you could do a program at your home school where you are known and where trust already exists. Right now, we're testing this program at 3 schools, but it has the potential to increase the number of students we serve each year exponentially. So we have served 2,500 students in the last 33 years. But our studies estimate we can benefit over 600 eligible students in the city each year with these 2 programming models, reaching 2,400 students every 4 years. Since joining High Jump, I've not only been amazed by our students and our team, but I've been blown away by our supporters. I've witnessed individuals step up to make an incredible difference in the lives of the students we serve each year. But the job is not done. We need you to continue to grow our Scholars program and help us expand into more neighborhood schools with community scholars so we can serve every single student. How many more neighborhoods and students could we reach with even more resources? that's up to you. Thank you.